Welcome back. Time intelligence in Power BI often goes beyond the standard calendar year. While Power BI provides built-in functions like total YTD or same period last year, these works only on fixed intervals like months, quarters, or years. But in real business scenarios, we often need custom time comparisons like comparing 14 days ago or jumping multiple years dynamically. In this video, we'll explore how DATEADD helps solve these advanced time intelligence challenges. Let's understand this with a real world example. Our client has moved beyond basic annual reporting. They now want insight at a much deeper level. Two key business questions arise. How does today's sales compare with sales 14 years ago, and how does current performance compare with the business year launch? This is where DATEADD becomes extremely powerful. Think of DATEADD as a time machine in Power BI. It allows you to move backward or forward in time by days, months, quarters, or years. Unlike fixed functions like previous month, DATEADD is flexible, directional, fully customizable. Let's break down the syntax of DATEADD. So it's we write date add, and then we have this dates where it's a continuous date column. Then there's a number of intervals, how far you want to move, and there's an interval like day, month, quarter, or year. A negative number moves backward in time, a positive number moves forward. This function is usually wrapped inside calculate to modify filter context. Let's solve the first business problem. We'll just have this comparing the sales today with 14 days ago. Here's the DAX. So here's the DAX. Like we'll see a practical example of this as well. Like we have sales like 14 days ago and then calculate sum of the sales amount and date at team date. And we're just saying minus 14 day and a day. Okay. So minus 14 tells Power BI to move backward. Day defines the unit. This helps analyze short-term trends like fortnightly performance. Behind the scenes, Power BI shifts the date contest row by row. For example, January 15 pulls data from Jan 1, that's 14 days ago, and January 16 pulls the data from Jan 2. This allows precise comparison without writing complex logic. It's extremely powerful for operational dashboards and trend tracking. Now let's move to the long term strategy. So using DATEADD, we can now compare 2016 baseline and 2018 performances. The visuals instantly show business growth, performance improvement, quarter-wise trends. The kind of comparison is critical for leadership dashboard. DATEADD isn't just for the past, it works forward too. By using a positive value for DATEADD, we can just calculate for two and year. We can compare actual versus the future projections, current year versus the forecasted year. This is extremely useful for planning and forecasting the models. Let's compare functions. Like for same period last year, it is fixed to 1 year. Then previous month it is locked to like -1. That it's like only 1 month you can calculate. Okay. And dated it is fully flexible. Okay. Dated allows like any time interval we can calculate forward or backward movement is also possible, and a custom analytics. Just remember that date add requires a continuous date table marked as a date table. Data transforms static reports into a strategic tools. So we'll also see some of the practical examples. Now we'll see for the data function how the data will work. Okay, so we'll just have a look at this. So we have this data already created like these files for data, dim date, product master. So now we have just taken like the sum of the sales amount and then year, quarter, month, and day. Okay. So we'll just create a new measure here. Create a new measure. We are going to calculate the sales for 14 days ago. Okay. So the formula will be, first we have to use the calculate, then sum of sales amount. Okay. We close this parenthesis and then date add, and here we'll take team date, sorry, team date dot date, and we'll just close, we'll say a comma here, and then we want for 14, like past 14 days, so we are keeping it as negative 14. Okay, and then for days we want, so if you can see here, there's this interesting thing, like you can just check it for day, then month, then quarter, and then year. So right now we are just checking it for day, so I'll just say day here and we'll commit this. You can see we have got this sales period here, so I'm just selecting it. So now see here, it is starting from 15th. Okay, because we don't have any data from above of this for the last year, like for 2015, so it is giving us this from 14 days ago. At 15th, like at day 15th, it is giving us a day at what was at 14 days ago, that's on 1st of Jan. It is giving us the value, that 4800. Similarly way, if you see for 16, it is giving us the value of 2nd Jan. So and so on, we will be getting these days for for 14 days. Okay, so if we just say, if I just make these changes and make it 15, we can just give it a try whether we can see this 15 data here, it is going to post at 16. Now we can see at 15th day, okay, it's not giving us any data, it is pushed till 16. So at 16 Jan, it is giving us the data of 1st January. Now, in similar way, we'll try to understand for like 2 year period. Okay, so we'll see. So here, what has happened is, it's the same data that we were checking, but I just have kept it to show you guys here. So here we just had a data from 16, 17, 18, but now 2019 is popping up into our chart. So what's it actually doing is, it's giving us the sales for 14 days ago. So in automatically it is giving us further like from 14, yeah, 14, not 14, from 16th of December till this till like the 1st of Jan or 31st of December, it is giving us this particular data. So if I remove this column, like sales 14 days ago, the 2019 is going to go, and we just have this amount for year wise. Okay, for the sum of sales. Okay. So now we'll just create a new measure into our data table here, and we'll write it for 2 years ago. Okay, for 2 years ago is equal to same formula, calculate sum of sales amount, close the parenthesis, equal to, then we'll go like the date add function, and then deem date. Okay, deem date dot date, comma, we want it for 2 years, so -2. And here, now since we are taking for years, we have to give this year, and we'll say commit now. Okay, now we have this, and I'll just take it here. So now we can see for, now we can see for 2018, it is giving us the amount of sales that had happened for 2016. So you can just cross check as well for like for the sales amount that has happened into 2016, and whatever the 2 years ago, it is giving us as it is. So we can also give it just a try. Okay, you can see here now. We'll just keep it this way, just for understanding. Okay, because we don't have data here for 2015 and 2014, it is giving us kind of a blank. Okay, but for 2018, it is giving us the amount of this 2016, 1960,000, and here it is 1960,000. Now again, for 2019, since we don't have the data of 2019, And 2 years ago it's 2017, so it's only giving us this. Plus for 2020, it's giving us this value of 2018. So irrespective of the data we have it or no, it is going on adding this to uh, it is like giving us that data of 2 years. Okay. So hope you guys have understood this video. Thanks for watching.